So thanks very much for joining us today. So this is a call just to run through our annual creative competition, which we launched yesterday, just to give a bit more information, background about the Academy, our competition, and the competition that we're running this year. We've made a few changes and we're trying to make this kind of a bigger competition. So just to run through those and answer any questions that you might have. So we're going to have a dedicated Q&A at the end of the call, but do feel free to write any questions that you have in the chat if anything kind of crops up. So just maybe if we could make team introductions. So my name is Robbie. I'm the communications manager at the Academy of Real Assets. So I've been working for the Academy for about 4 years, so from kind of the very beginning actually, and I run the competition and I kind of work on our communications, our social media and website. So I'll hand over to Rianne.
Hi everybody, I feel like I know some of you already, and there's a few new faces. So hopefully we should get a nice amount of people represented through our partners list. So some of you are partners or some of you are potential partners that we've reached out to. Just to let you know a bit about, so I'm the partners manager, so that means if you have worked with the Academy of Real Assets, you've probably spoken with me. And what we aim to do in the Academy is simply connect you with companies, businesses within the world of real estate. And when we say connecting you, it's connecting your young people. We hope to be a kind of like black book where we give you that access to the knowledge and the resources of our companies. And we do that through setting up events with you, through attending events that you already have set. And it's really bespoke, so it's all based on a relationship. So if you haven't got a relationship with me already and we aren't speaking in some way, I do recommend after this meeting to reach out. And that can be via Robbie, or if you have my email direct, reach out and we can talk about setting up some events in the near future. I feel like I am supposed to tell you a little bit about the Academy as well. We've been running since 2020, and it generally is an aim to make sure that students across the UK know the opportunities within real estate, because there is so much, and it is way more than I think a lot of people think the whole selling houses. It covers a lot of areas in regards to marketing, in regards to architecture, in regards to business, in regards to finance. And our aim is just to kind of spread that knowledge and doing it for you. So thank you for joining this particular webinar, and I hope that we can continue a good relationship. I'm going to let Lou say hi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a brief hello from me. Thanks everyone for joining. I'm Louisa Robinson, so I've been around at the Academy for just coming up to a year come March. So I'm kind of supporting Rianne in the background in terms of kind of regional expansion. So reaching out to kind of schools and youth clubs, all of our partners outside of London. So we officially launched in the Midlands last November, and then we're looking to kind of move to obviously develop that region and kind of get more regional members in the Midlands up and running over the next 12 months, and then potentially expanding to the Northwest and beyond. So if anybody's got any contacts regionally, feel free to kind of make any introductions, both kind of in terms of companies and schools, as we're kind of looking to kind of reach out and start building and nurturing relationships. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the webinar and get a lot out of it. Look forward to speaking soon.
Thanks, Lou and Rianne. So yeah, just to give a little bit of background about the competition before we talk about this year's iteration. So this is the 4th year that we've been running this competition, and essentially the aim is to get students and young people thinking about a prompt related to the built environment, and particularly how it relates to kind of their lives and their experiences. So for the first few years, we asked young people to take the prompt. So you can see the 3 examples of previous prompts that we've had. If this building could talk, the town of the future will, and in 2050 cities will be. And to produce an essay related to this prompt. So we present these essays in a professionally printed book. We run this competition completely for free, and we provide schools and students with a free copy of this final book, showcasing all of the essays, the winning essays that have been shortlisted. We present these alongside some of our members, so members being real estate organizations who are members of the Academy. So we present these essays side by side, and kind of shows the kind of dichotomy of feeling between from these prompts between young people and kind of established industry leaders. So we have these 3 incredible anthologies of kind of essays from young people around the UK. And this year, we're hoping to kind of expand the competition even more. So last year, we had some written essays and also video essays presented. So we're really trying to encourage young people to come at this from different creative angles. And this is something that in the latest iteration we want to do even more of. So we're encouraging young people to produce written essays, short films, animation, photography, any kind of creative output that they want to related to the new prompt. So just before we go on to the current competition, I just wanted to show a quick film that we produced from our launch party last summer, which was kind of getting students, parents, teachers, our members all together to celebrate the release of the book. So it's just a quick film, but I think it kind of highlights the competition quite well.
It's quite small, Robbie.
Academy is a members organisation made up of now over 70 big real estate firms, and the idea is to be a connection between students and the real estate industry.
I felt accomplished seeing my work being published in a book.
I think there's something really special about, like, above the page number there's also your name, and they have these fun sort of like photos or themes in your essay.
I mainly wrote about the economic and environmental effect on cities in 2050.
If AI malfunctions, it could lead to like a data breach.
I was really focused on this sort of like more humanist kind of emotional reaction to the changes we're definitely going to see in the next 30 years.
What was so impressive was just the depth of vision, depth of knowledge, where they pick up all these little bits of just knowledge. Everyone in the audience listening to them was so impressed.
One of the highlights of the year is when the students arrive and they see for the first time a book with their name in it and their essay in it.
I felt really successful in the way that I really enjoy writing, and I think it's really good that now I've been able to get published.
I felt very proud of myself. I tried my best and my hard work paid off.
It's going to sound cliche, but just give it your best shot. Write what you think is right.
It's a good opportunity for everyone to take. I don't see why it shouldn't.
It's a great achievement, and it's something that will allow you to put that on your CV, and it will make you more attractive to potential employers because it'll show that you've demonstrated initiative. You will meet some really very decent, kind, well-connected people, all of whom want to help you.
There you go. So, like I said, I think that's a very nice overview of the competition, and you can see from the young people themselves how important it is to them to have this opportunity to kind of have their voices heard and to kind of demonstrate their feeling and to be published in a real book and to speak to many of our members as well. So like I said, this year we're hoping to attract even more young people and kind of widen the scope of what we're kind of encouraging young people to produce. So this year our prompt is, if I could build my neighborhood from scratch. So this is the prompt that we're running with this year. So as I said, we launched this competition yesterday. So this is the competition is open to students from kind of all schools and youth organisations, and we're encouraging anyone of kind of school age to get involved. So as I said in the beginning, we were encouraging students to produce written essays, but now this year we're encouraging people to approach this prompt in any kind of creative way that they would like. So producing visual artwork, drawings, photography, digital art, producing short films, animations or videos on top of kind of written essays, creative writing, poetry, for example. So any kind of, the sky's the limit in terms of what people can produce on this prompt, and we're hoping that we can gather a really amazing collection of kind of insight from young people about their community and change, and thinking about the future and thinking about changes they would make to their neighborhoods. So the deadline for this is in March, so March 28th. So all of the kind of the winning entries, the young people that are successful, they'll get published in a book, as similar to what we saw before. The kind of the visual outputs will be publishing those in the book as well, and kind of exhibiting them publicly at the launch event as well. And this event, we invite all of our kind of partner schools and also our kind of member organizations to kind of, so young people have the opportunity to speak to people in the real estate sector and kind of gain insight and potentially work experience as well. We've had students in the past who have really kind of seized the initiative and kind of networked at these events and kind of gained work experience. And also it's kind of, if these young people aren't necessarily interested in the real estate aspect as well, that's fine. But what we're trying to show with this competition is that you can be creative, and creativity is something that can be really it works really well within real estate. So there's so many different careers that people can experience, and what we're trying to do is widen that level of opportunity, so young people are aware of exactly what opportunities are kind of available to them. Right. So Rianne, I'll hand back over to you for this next section, if that's okay.
Hi. So hopefully that was really helpful in regards to where we've been and where we're at. So this time round, the question is, how can you help as teachers? Because we have young people do it really off of the back of their own initiative and enter in their entries. But it'll be great for teacher support. And I know there have been teachers in the past that have supported really well. I've spoken to a teacher who is planning to do it for his whole curriculum, for his whole class, which will be like a wood workshop, where they'll be building something. And so that's how creative we want it to be this year. We really want to have innovative ideas, just because real estate is that way. In regards to working with the community and the environment and the built environment, you really need to be able to come up with fresh new ideas. And we want the book to reflect that, and this competition to reflect that. So you can support young people who desire to do it individually, and that's just by maybe they can work at home and bring it to you to check in, or you can support them by doing a class. I'm really keen, I can't make any promises yet, but to maybe see if we could do a workshop from the real asset side, and maybe get one of our members or one of our architects to come in and do something. That would be a first come, first serve, I will say. But yeah, it's just I'm hoping that we have some classes, some other teachers who own it and take it into maybe a class where you're looking at. So remind me of the prompt again, and this is because I'm on the spot, Robbie. So
if I could build my neighborhood from scratch.
If I could build my neighborhood from scratch. And so in my perspective, but this can be from any other way taken, is let's look at how our neighborhood is, an opportunity for us to really see how the young people are viewing their neighborhood, and especially real estate and how it's affecting their neighborhood as a foundation, and then looking at how we can change it. What can we do to be different? I think it's really good to hit not only literacy and the creative side in regards to art or working, but also social conversations about what can be done to improve from a social setting. And in our companies, that is a big topic, is how they can improve their social responsibility. There's even a job in real estate for that. I know one of our members who works mainly just talking to the community and how they can better the neighborhood to fit young and to old, and what they can do, like adding benches or adding a park, different things like that. So I hope that's helpful. But again, it's just a case of you maybe supporting the young people with new ideas and also helping them with their ideas that they have themselves.
Great, thanks, Rianne. And yeah, we have kind of resources available to kind of help support schools and youth organizations. So various things like posters, graphics, messaging templates. We have a campaign pack available. So we have this, if you see at the bottom, the web page, the kind of homepage for the competition. There's a register your interest form there. And what we'll do is kind of send you through this campaign pack, which just contains all the information you might need, or if there's any other support that you might need. So for example, how to kind of set up a dedicated lesson or kind of series of lessons, workshop. If you would like to see if we could possibly kind of collaborate and do a workshop with one of our members, then please just make a note when you're submitting your form, and we'll see what I do. So you can see an example of the poster on the right there. So what we did, so last year, I know lots of schools would kind of print out the poster and put these around the schools, or they might put it on their kind of online resource section, their intranet. So just kind of sharing it as far and as wide as possible. And yeah, just kind of getting in touch if you need anything from us. So just wanted to kind of open it up. So I have put me and Rianne's email addresses on the screen. You're very welcome to get in contact with either of us, kind of maybe me specifically if you have any queries about the competition, or with Rianne if you want to kind of speak slightly more broadly about how you can collaborate with the Academy. But please do register your interest on the webpage below. I'll put it in the chat as well, and I'll also kind of share these slides following the session afterwards. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I can see there's been a few questions in the chat, or feel free to kind of raise your hand if you have anything. So Pauline, will you be producing PowerPoints that we can advertise the competition? Yeah, we certainly can do that. If you, yeah, like I said as well, with the campaign pack, we have kind of assets and things that you can use, or we can put together a kind of PowerPoint template that you can use as well. And yes, we will be posting the competition on Instagram as well. Anyone else have any other questions or kind of thoughts or ideas that other people might want to steal? Claire? Claire, your microphone isn't working. I'm not sure. You're not muted, but
on mute.
No. Oh.
Yeah, there it was.
You did? Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
We've got an alternative sort of funny little microphone thing here to use. I just wondered, when you said, I mean, how will the videos or models or digital art be sort of shown at it'll just be at the exhibition at the end?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So with the videos, so what we did last year is we put them on our YouTube channel. We showcased them at the launch event itself, and then also in the printed book, we had the students' information, a description of the film, and a QR code so people can kind of scan it and just directly watch it on their phone. So that way they weren't kind of missed out from the book. And similarly with kind of artwork, we'd hope to print those in the book as well. For slightly more complicated things like models, we've discussed this about how we could kind of best publish these in the book. So we would ask either the student or the group of students to maybe kind of write a little bit about their project and kind of have some photos of the model that we can include in the book as well. So yeah, we'll be exhibiting all the kind of visual things live at the event, and also trying to make sure that kind of links to videos. So we want to have kind of the videos on a rolling screen that people can watch, but also kind of QR codes in the book as well, so people can look at those afterwards as well.
And can I just ask as a follow-up, for students who aren't sort of chosen as winners and things like that, is there a larger sort of area where they can see everybody else's?
Yeah, again, that's a really good question. So we'll publish all of the entries on our website, and all the kind of the short list of winning entries will be kind of published in the book, but we'll make sure that everyone's work is kind of published in some form, and we're very happy for kind of all the entrants to come down to the launch event as well. So yeah, we'll be publishing all of the kind of the essays and visuals on our website, so people can access those. And I think as well, what we found in the past for kind of CVs and personal statements, it's really great to be able to have a link to somewhere that you can show that your work has been published. So we're kind of publish as many as possible, but then we also have kind of constraints depending on how many people get involved.
Sure. Thank you.
And yes, the question in the chat about the maximum number of winners. So this year we don't have a book for every key stage just yet, maybe kind of one day in the future. But at the moment we just try and kind of publish as many as possible, but it really depends on kind of how many people enter. So yeah, we have this book that's quite chunky as it is, and kind of yeah, we don't want it to be kind of too large, but it's one of those things that's difficult to say. We might have thousands and thousands of entries, we might have hundreds, so kind of seeing how many we get through and then kind of making a judgment. But certainly we're still planning on having one main book and kind of using our website to publish other entries. Claire, yes.
Just following up Pauline's question, when you say each age group, all the age groups are done by key stage, are they, rather than year or anything like that?
Yeah. So yeah, the aim for this year is to kind of categorize winners by each key stage, and just to kind of categorize them in the book as well.
Cool.
Yes, all very good questions. Thank you. Anyone else have any other kind of final thoughts or questions? Wonderful. Well, yeah, I will, as I said, please do have a look at the competition homepage. Please register your interest, and I'll kind of send you through the campaign pack. If there's anything additional you need, as I say, please do get in touch, or if you've got any kind of specific extra asks in the contact form, there's the opportunity to add some more comments, so just let us know and we'll do whatever we can to kind of make sure that you have everything you need. Yes, Claire.
I just wondered, I mean, I think the reason I was invited onto this is because I've already registered interest, but do I need to do it again now that you've got all the collateral, as it were?
No, if you've already registered your interest, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, if there's anything additional you need, do just let us know.
Brilliant, thanks. It's brilliant.
Thanks everyone. Well, like I said, we'll we'll wrap this up there. As I said, we've been recording this, so there are quite a few apologies of people who couldn't make it. I know it's difficult to squeeze in during kind of teaching time, etc. But we're going to send around a link to the film for this, and also the slides from the PowerPoint presentation. And yeah, do kind of stay in touch and let us know if you are getting involved. We'd love to hear kind of what you had planned. Yeah, we hope to see lots of your students and young people taking part in the competition.
Robbie, I know you're closing. We've got one more question from the chat.
Yes, I did answer that. The kind of,
okay.
So we're doing kind of one main batch, but yes, said in contact with others nationally. Yeah, that would be great. So we really want to have as many young people taking part from all over the UK. We normally have a really nice spread, but we just obviously want to make sure as many people as possible are hearing about this. So please do pass on our details. You can either send a link to the competition webpage, which has a contact form, or please make a note of either the email addresses on the screen as well. And yeah, thank you very much again for attending, and yeah, look forward to kind of working with you all in the future.
Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.